Hello, welcome to another video, and yeah, I'll be getting onto my ER experience very soon because today I had, you know, poor old RGT85. He's not the only one to have a bit of an issue where you're in need of sort of medical treatment in some form or another. But it's been a little bit icy around about where I am, and they put a oh, my voice is going. They turned a god awful path. They've been there for years into like a much wider path in 2021. I made a video about it. If you look up, I don't know, new path on my channel, I'll try and find the video and put in the link and put it in the video description. But yeah, they basically made this path. But the good thing, the good thing is it's much wider and it's a damn sight nicer path. Before it was all waterlogged and horrible. But now it's very sort of high up at, well, kind of both ends really, before it sort of settles down to sort of a fairly flat path, even though it's full of dog poo a lot of the way over, because people just let their dogs foul the path without even thinking. So to this side, sort of off the screen, is Stockport County Football Ground. I've never been. I don't do football, but the problem is there's a little bit of ice, and it doesn't look particularly problematic. It looks like there's just a little bit there, and it's just going to thaw out, and it did thaw out later. But overnight it went really icy, ice baby. It was dicey because it was icy. So I say it's a newish path because it's from 2021. So ice on a newish path on the way to work, making it very slippy. Somehow I've got a bit of a scrape on. I'll describe this in a minute. But somehow I've got a bit of a scrape on my arm, even though the jacket is fine. Either way, it hurts. Now it turns out because I went on my bottom, and it hurt. And when I eventually got to work, I took my jacket off. It's very difficult to try and take a picture of my arm with one hand. But what I ended up doing was using the phone on a timer and sort of hope for the best that it would try and get the picture in some sort of focus, but it didn't really. But you get the idea. That was nothing by comparison, and I take warfarin, so if there's going to be blood, there will be blood. But thankfully there wasn't much blood, and it kind of, as I sort of look at it now, it's about the same size, but it's not bleeding or anything, so it's okay. It'll heal. The big problem, as I mentioned, it felt like my bag took more of the brunt. I still feel like I've been kicked in the kidney. But as I got up, I find sort of more worried about the coat than myself, because the body will heal, but the coat, if that's ripped, then you just think, oh god, it looks horrible, and you just got to replace the coat, which is no biggie. It's like about £35-40 coat or something, but it's just a pain in the backside to deal with. And I've had a plaster with me. I was going to put a plaster on this, but I just left it in the end and it was okay. And then, yesterday, I've got the video of this from my dash cam, so we'll put it online soon. Someone else went down on the pavement, not this one, but just on another pavement, and just slipped up, but they just got up straight away and moved on. But Stockport Council, they just are really shit. I hate them. They're just an absolute bunch of shitbirds. They do no work at all. Bunch of lazy bastards. Hate the fucking lot of them. There goes the demonetisation for this video. But anyway, so I'm sort of starting to come down from this path, because it's like a sort of dead end road here. It sort of comes up to, I don't think you can get through there anymore. There used to be there's like a sort of industrial estate kind of building works or something or other going on here. You used to be able to get through, or they used to be able to enter their own works through that, area there. I don't think they can anymore. I think they have to go through a different way. Either way, I've not seen anyone come down that road for a long time, so I bet the people who live at that house are very thankful for that. So, but I knew it was sort of going to be a bit dicey and icy coming down here, and basically I got to about sort of here, and I just went completely on the bottom, and it just frigging hurt. And it's quite a long path. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to walk down. And coming the other way was sort of quite a way down, but she saw it, was a woman who asked me if I was okay, because by that time I'd got up. And then, but I was still sort of sorting myself out when two other women separately came down and sort of passed me. But along here, it was quite a sort of snowy patch down there, so it's a damn sight easier to walk on, I realised, going that way. And so, sort of as we got two women separately coming along, well, in fairly quick succession, but separate, coming down. One started walking along there, and then I sort of loaded the second one, and so three women in total, one going that way towards me, and then two sort of coming past me. So I sort of said, one went that way, and then I advised the second one to go the same way, saying that the first girl going that way had advised that. And then I sort of waited till she sort of moved on a bit, by which time I was ready to sort of move myself, and I just sort of followed it. It was like kind of all going on a conveyor belt where we had to walk. But anyway, so yeah, that's it hurts. It will hurt for the next few days, but what can you do? So of course you're looking at that thinking, well, Dom, that doesn't look like you've injured yourself too much, apart from, you've got to just sort of be careful what you do in the next few days. So what's this about your ER experience? What sort of ER experience did you have? Well, obviously we don't call it's called A&E in the UK, accident and emergency. We don't have the emergency room. But yeah, I have had an ER experience in my time, but it's that ER. So yeah, it's I miss that show. It was really good, even though it did get very silly. And Rocket Romano got killed by a helicopter, which was completely bloody ridiculous. And after they chopped his arm off, that was a bit unfortunate. Then again, he did try to kill RoboCop in the 80s, and but then he turned into mush and got splattered. So yeah, serves him right. But now we have DJC Amico Forever show. Thank yous. I appreciate this community. Have I ever watched this? I don't know. I think I had a quick look at it, but I've not sort of watched it properly. But I did. I do apologise. Who? It might have been Andrew Verber who said there's no Amico Forever show. It's either Andrew Verber or Kid Goosey saying there's no Amico Forever show showing up this week. But it was only after it'd been on that I saw there was an Amico Forever. Although I flicked through it and the topics were listed, but there was no Amico chat in there from what I could see. Not surprising really, because as we've seen from Goose's video, which I'll get to briefly in a moment, they're just not allowing chat about Amico, which is very bizarre. So let's just have a quick look at DJC's very brief 3-minute video, for which he's got 611 views and 55 comments. ADM712, though more a listener than a chatterer, I enjoy tuning in on Wednesday night. Hopefully, as the year goes on, my voice is gone. As the year goes on and an Amico is released, there will be new Amico topics discussed. DJC's replied. I sure hope so, thanks. Is that Papa Pete? Whatever happens, I love the community you built for the channel. Keep being you, Chuck. Well, he can't be anything else, can he? So, let's have a quick look. Everybody's having a Coke. Foreign? So, again, these subtitles are weird. So he thinks that DJC is talking foreign. I think that's what it's kind of getting across. But it didn't have to take a long time to actually get to what he's saying. Oh, what an unfortunate face that is.
What's up, everyone? I'm the devastating Just Cause, and this is DJC Game Studios.
Why does he cross his arms like that? I mean, it's bad. I thought he usually crosses his arms just to show off his silly tattoos of his fucking logo on there. Yeah, I hope he doesn't change his logo, otherwise he's up shit creek without a paddle. But so when he's got his coat on, it just looks like he's cold.
Well, welcome to the show, and what am I doing? Playing cornhole?
You'd have a job. It's never been made.
These down. I want to thank everyone out there in the community, the Intellivision community, and especially the Amico community, the supporters. It's been overwhelming. We've gotten new members.
We've gotten new members. You've obtain new members. But what for? They all came on to talk about the Amico, and then you don't want to talk about the Amico.
We've gotten new viewers. We've got a lot of people that have thankful and returned to our Wednesday show because they can chat amongst each other about retro gaming or whatever topics we're talking about. Like I said from the beginning of this show, if we're not talking Amico, it is a retro gaming show.
If we're not talking Amico, so yeah, Amico Forever. This is like turning into Taggart, which was an ITV quiz show, because that's all they seem to have these days. An ITV detective show from the 90s or 2000s, where it was called Taggart because the lead cop, well, the main cop, his name was Taggart, played by Mark McManus, as I remember. Then Mark McManus sadly passed away, and they keep the show, but they just sort of changed the lead actor, but not a lead actor playing Taggart, but just like one of the other cops. I never watched it, but I just saw bits of it. But they have another cop in the police station who becomes the lead cop in the show, but they still called it Taggart. So I think it probably lasted about a year or two after that. But yeah, so it's Taggart. It's like Taggart because it's Amico Forever, but they don't talk about the Amico. It's because they can't talk about Taggart because Taggart's dead. But it's still called Taggart. So that's it. So Amico Forever is Taggart. You heard it here first.
And we like to keep everything like that on topic. And right now, as far as Amico goes, we're just waiting.
You're just waiting. Well, you'll be waiting till the end of time for anything to happen, because it's never going to happen.
And yet, as we've all waited, I understand the frustration of waiting. Trust me, I have 2 pre-orders. I want my wood grains, Now,
again, the most you'll ever get out of a wood grain is if they've made some molds, and if you get them in a liquidation sale when they finally, announce bankruptcy. That's about as much as you can hope for.
As far as me been testing it, it's even harder because now I'm like, now I really want my wood grain.
Well, how are you still testing it? You've had it for months, apparently. We've not seen it since you unboxed it, and because you've not. That's about it. That's all you've done with it. I think I probably mentioned this before. Windy pops. There was a video by Ben Pong who said that what was it called now? Basically, sort of feeling sorry that this is sort of how it's become Windy Pops for DJC and his Amico, because it's like he's got his Amico, but he can't tell anyone about it. He can't show off the gameplay because he's under non-disclosure agreement, an NDA supposedly. And so he's finally got what he wanted, and he can't talk about it. So he's up a creek without a paddle. But there we go. It's all falling apart for him.
I really want my pre-order, so
what makes you think you're getting your pre-order, you clown?
Just waiting to hear, hopefully something, very soon.
We're hoping to every week. We're hoping to hear something very soon. Oh my God, the Stockholm Syndrome is strong in this one, isn't it? This is really fucking sad.
And from Intellivision officially. And
what Intellivision? The office is shut months ago. Phil's just taking the fucking piss. Everyone's fucked off. How are you supposed to be getting official word? I mean, this is just sad. I mean, if he ever does get a job, and I hope he does get a proper job, and then he can put all this behind him, they're just going to be saying, oh, we saw you on YouTube where you're sort of shilling for this product that doesn't exist and never will. What do you think you'll bring to our company?
That's pretty much where we're at now. So if there is no news, we've been doing some great retro topics. Like I said, it is called Amico Forever, the ultimate gaming live stream. We talk all gaming on there.
But you don't talk about the Amico. It's like Fight Club. You just don't talk about it.
We've really been having fun with the crowd, and I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone for the support out.
He just wanted to thank you for watching his. Excuse me. Oh God Almighty! Every time I cough, it's like I've been kicked in the kidney again because the bloody fell over earlier. It hurts like buggery. Well, it doesn't hurt like buggery, but that'd be somewhere else. But you know what I mean. It just bloody hurts.
There, and please join us on Wednesdays and talk some retro games. If there is some Amico news, we will get on that.
Well, there won't be any Amico news, and you don't talk about the Amico.
We don't deal with any drama, any outside things. It's
No drama, no outside things. So if you're a dissenter in the ranks, then he doesn't want to know.
only about the games and playing the system. Nothing drama related anymore. So please, if you haven't been there in a while, please come on back and know that you'll have a safe place to talk and have
A safe place. Oh, DJC, tell me where the clown touched you.
a great time. Other than that, just wanted to say thank you. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one and next Wednesday. Take care.
Wow, have we got a extra scene? Extra scene? Hang on, here we go.
All right.
It's just cringy, isn't it? So yeah, then on to Goose's video. Oh no, actually, sorry. Before we get to Goose's video, yeah, this is the latest Amico Forever, and I just had a quick flick through just to see what the topics were, and they were just all shit. But yeah, and we'll get to this bloke in a moment. Look, I've not scrolled back any further because I don't want to sort of lose where I am here. Whoever 101023 is at 27 minutes in, he replies to Twisted Tech. That is not relevant. And then a bit later on, 1010 says, Twisted Tech, you are spreading misinformation, so please stop. Then Twisted Tech, the dev was not being honest about the entire state of things, so don't believe everything you read. But I know, Owen, please stop repeating the same irrelevant comment. But we know, Owen, and Legend of Nelda, a link to the facts, says, I think this is the spoof account that Darius pointed out, the Legend of Nelda account. So 1010, exactly. If it's not official news from the company, don't believe it. Yeah, because we all believe what Intellivision says, but yeah, Legend of Nelda is just taking the piss. But I don't think there's any more comments on there. I'm not going to be going through any more comments or anything. Oh, hang on. Twisted Tech, just because one person with an axe to grind says one thing does not tell the entire story. Stop repeating the same irrelevant comment. Actually, I'm quite tempted just to go back a little bit. So that was the course of 3 minutes. Let's just will that
Like, would it be
1010, this show is really evolving into greatness. I don't think so. Let's go back a little bit. Twisted Tech, don't believe everything you read. So I'm not going to go back over that. So, what we have, this is basically what he will have said, or referred to. This is a previous Amico Forever, which would have been number 64. Goose's video, I'll try and remember to link it in the comments below, in the video description below. Amico Forever now deleting questions about Intellivision Amico from people who give him money. And Twisted Tech says, what's yours take on Earthworm Jim 4 dev being quoted in saying it was never worked on in a recent interview? So they just made that quick demo of about 10 seconds and that was it. So, yeah. So Earthworm Jim 4 was just, it was never worked on. And there's also another thing. That was one comment he mentioned. I've not got the music on. Yeah, so he's basically deleting comments. But yeah, it's this. I'll just show this screen as well. Twisted Text, where my voice is going. Twisted Text, serious question. Did you guys see the article from Earthworm Jim, the Earthworm Jim dev, that said Earthworm Jim 4 was never worked on and they only ever met up for lunch? So, Indie Racing Nuss above, Yanong below. Hey Yan, you should come to my channel. Where have you been? It's gone! Yeah, so this is classic work. This is great work from Goose. There's just no, it's just all gone. Gone. Dodgy as hell. Talking of dodgy as hell, RGT85 has an update! Yay! And look at him, he's all trussed up like the Nuke of the North. It's been about 3 days since he made a video. What, he'll deliver what is no doubt a stirring and memorable address. Here we go.
Hello, it's me.
And it's still out of sync.
Hope everyone is doing well. I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on. So I made the first video, I guess, Tuesday.
We got Tuesdays turning into Sylvester Stallone. Sort of giving it a little looking like him as well. I think he looks like he's pooed his pants.
And then, I don't know. I probably should have taken it a little bit easier than I ended up taking it on Tuesday, because I try to, like, be more normal and play some Call of Duty and, you know, have fun. But I ended up waking up in the middle of the night with a really bad panic attack. And, like, I almost went back.
So we got a panic attack again. Said he was. So was it? Was he having a panic attack, or was it sort of almost like a panic attack? Because he said he had a heart attack, and then it wasn't really a heart attack, was it?
To the ER, but I ended up just calling my aunt, and she came over and kind of calmed me down or whatever. And
calm me down or whatever. Yeah, if you were having a panic attack, then they'd have given you medication for it, and you were taking that on a regular basis.
I finally got some sleep that night, and then yesterday I had an follow-up appointment with a cardiologist and all that sort of fun stuff. And then I also had another appointment because my ear was still messed up.
How many appointments does he need? They just sort of shove him in a darkened room until it's all over.
And so, come to find out, I did have an ear infection. So we got that.
Oh, bless.
Taking a look at, and I've got some ear drops for that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. How do I feel? Not great.
So, hang on, say that again.
Pretty much what's been going on. How do I feel?
I never asked you how you feel. Don't think anybody asked you how you feel. Don't tell us, please.
Not great, but I mean...
Well, you don't feel great because you're back in your smelly house again. With your dirty clothes all over the place, just chucked everywhere. And when did you last, dust the shelves? A long time ago, I imagine.
You know, I assume things will get better over time. I went from, taking nothing to all of a sudden I'm on 4 different medicines.
Oh no, 4 different medicines. I'm on about 7 or 8. Sometimes 7, sometimes 8, because I take warfarin that can be 3 milligrams, 4 milligrams, or 5 milligrams. And I have it comes in 1 milligram and 3 milligram forms. I think there is a 5 milligram form as well, but I normally only take 3 or 4 milligrams. So yeah, if I need to take 5, it'll just be on any particular day. It'll be 3 plus 1 plus 1. But yeah, I take loads of medications. Just I don't piss and moan, do I?
For blood pressure and this, that, and the other. So it's obviously
that's a very medical, very specific medical term. That one for blood pressure, the other for this, that, and the other.
A big change, changing up the diet, getting rid of the sodium and stuff like that. Trying to figure out what you can. And
well, you can get low sodium or low fats or whatever it is, low sodium salt. So you're better off with that. I mean, if you're still when you're 40 plus, if you're still taking full fat milk and full fat salt and sugar and all the rest of it, you're going to have issues. I remember years ago, the program that's on Channel 5 on a weekday morning, it's now hosted by Jeremy Vine. He used to be Matthew Wright when he had the Right Stuff, which was sort of how these morning shows started on Channel 5. And he said he went to, I think the guy's in his 50s now anyway, but he once recounted a time when he went to the optician, and he said his eyesight was going, and needed to get his eyes checked out. And the optician said to him, "You're over 40, aren't you?" And he said, "Yeah, why?" And the optician looked at him and said, "Well, we're not supposed to live this long. So that's why our eyesight goes wrong at 40, because we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be dead. I'm 50. I'm supposed to have died 10 years ago." It's a bit of a bugger, isn't it?
Can't eat and stuff like that. So, it's
If you can't eat and stuff, then perhaps he's in love.
I'm just tired.
You're always tired because you just sat there doing fuck all day long. Absolutely nothing. No wonder you're bloody tired. You never get any exercise. You never venture outside the house. You're gonna feel lethargic just by sitting there all bloody day.
I actually slept pretty decent last night. But I don't know. Just as the day goes on, like I'm just still kind of tired.
Yeah, because you're just sitting watching daytime TV and playing your Switch and doing nothing else.
Kind of fatigued, kind of out of it a little bit. So, I'm not ready to come back full bore as far as, streaming is concerned and making daily videos and stuff.
But you still got time to upload a video and sort of add little tags and shit like that. Yeah, at the top right. But this has come at a very, perfect timing really, because I know what's his name, Pat the NES Punk. I know he's made an Amico video. I've looked at it. It's quite funny what I've seen so far, but it's not really a video I can react to because it's sort of he's spoofing himself. It's like he's reacting to himself anyway. So yeah, it's not really what I can react to, but it does look quite funny. But what Pat said was that he's basically making like two, rather than do weekly podcasts, he's doing two, which even itself was just fucking lazy. But he's making 2 videos a month maximum for January and February. Basically, and Darius has pointed this out as well. It's basically because advertising revenue is always way down in January, February because it's on the increase up until Christmas, and then it just drops off a cliff. So that's why these bored YouTubers can't be bothered to make a video because they're not going to make much ad revenue, so they just can't be bothered. So he just conveniently ended up in hospital, and now he just woe is me, I can't make any videos. Oh dear. Go volunteer down a food bank or something. I'm sure there must be one in the US.
Stuff like that. I'm probably not quite there yet. I don't want to really rush it. I know it's not necessarily hard.
No, you just sit in front of a camera for 10 minutes talking about a topic, and then you put it out. It's not hard at all.
Just sit here in front of a camera and babble about
Yeah, exactly.
video games, but I don't want to push it too hard or anything like that. I have a bunch more follow-up appointments, all sorts of fun stuff with.
Yeah, so basically you're not getting any videos out of him until about March.
That I have to do some blood work as well next week. More bruises and crap on my body. So
are those bruises from what do they come from? It's not track marks or anything like that.
So, that's always fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on. I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update and let you guys know where everything stands right now. Still trying to figure out the insurance stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to get some insurance and then everything will be retroactively done because his bills are starting to get a little crazy, but I mean it is what it is.
Oh, there you go. There's the money shot. Give me your money. Donate to my Patreon so you can pay my medical bills.
You know, worst case, you get on a payment plan, you figure it out. But yeah.
So long payment plan.
So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have been well. Don't miss me too much. Should be back hopefully kind of soon-ish. I don't know. I'm going back to lay down. All right. I'll see.
So yeah, he's just had enough already. Here I am. I'm still alive. Give me money. Goodbye. That's it basically. He's a lazy bloody bum, isn't he? But thanks for all the comments on my video about him before, especially to Noah Jet and Retro Gamer with the E of Retro Gamer, both E's as a 3. Because both of you said, Retro Gamer said, I saw his video when he mentioned GoFundMe. I thought, I wonder what DVDfeverGames will have to say about this. And Noah Jet said, I knew you were going to address this shit DVD. Haha. I wanted so bad to leave a comment on that video, but I tried to play nice. So yeah, and lots of great comments on that video I made. So yeah, it's nice to know that people are actually looking forward to something on my channel. They're not sort of waking up in the morning and looking at what I've put out and just thought, nah. So yeah, that's very nice. And the more people watch, the more watch time you get, and YouTube throws you some tiny pennies, and you can go and spend those pennies on beer and alcohol, and beer is alcohol, but you know what I mean. Oh, and it's very late as I make this, so I'm going to knock it on the head. I'm going to bed like RGT. I'm not going to bed with RGT. My God, can you imagine how much it stinks in there? Plus, I'm not that way inclined. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed my ER experience. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all notifications, and cue Genesis.